Okay, looks like, yeah, we are live. I look blurry, do I? Yeah, let me do this real quick. I'm probably going to need a new camera for this desktop eventually. So, okay, yeah, it's been a while here on the channel. Uh, I've been very busy with the main channel and all that good stuff. So, been busy, and that. Been busy around the apartment and all that. I thought I'd better just get a little time to come out with a little rant. And of course, if you saw the title, yes, I did my first audit. The rights and wrongs, what I did on that audit. Let me explain what I did. Like I said, it's been a while I've been on the channel. There's been a couple. There's another new auditor in town, and boy, does he has an attitude worse than our previous auditor, who hasn't uploaded in months since I exposed him on our main channel, where I basically used his words against him. No expectation of privacy in public. I used it against him, so it was a chalk victory for me. Unfortunately, I guess he went crying to somebody because he's not seen around town since then, basically. But it is spring and summer. I'm pretty sure he'll be back, basically. Okay, let me explain why I did my first audit, what I did right, and what I did wrong. You'd be surprised what I did wrong. I will admit it in a way, but it was not the attitude, basically. Well, well, let's put it this way. If anybody are familiar with my main channel, The Angie and Chuck Show, we always document where we walk on public sidewalks, public right-of-ways, public easements. Uh, when there's no legal sidewalk to walk on, there's usually what they call an easement, or basically like a shoulder that's safe enough to walk on, or let's say, in my case, a couple times they created a bike lane. I just used the bike lane to walk against traffic. Usually, I walk against traffic when there's no sidewalk. When I get to this one certain area, then I just transfer to a sidewalk. Basically, I have seen some ordinances where they do allow people to walk along the shoulder against traffic for their safety, because they want to see, as a pedestrian, you want to see the cars coming head on when there's no sidewalk, basically. And that's why, well, if everybody remember my first vlog over on the main channel, first vlog, no sidewalk, it was referenced that one street that did not have a sidewalk, a public sidewalk, which I felt it should have. There's a couple places in town that we should have a sidewalk, but we don't, basically. So that's an issue. It's been an issue for years in this town, basically. So all that good stuff. Okay. Right now, my first audit I did was I was confronted by so-called security at a closed-up college. They just managed to turn the lights back on for security reasons, and I was doing a walking video out on the main channel, and I was documenting what my route I've been taking for years and years and years and years. And I remember before we started, just about the time, or before, or started around the time with the YouTube channel, I was confronted by a marked security. Reason I'm saying marked, because back then it was used to be a college and they had marked security cars. They had their own security. It was marked. It would just say a college name. It would be marked security, and they had their own uniforms, their own vehicles, all that 90, all that wonderful stuff. But we got confronted by a I guess the rent-a-cop, they call them. When they call security, they call them rent-a-cops. Decided to enforce his authority off premises, basically. And that's where I got my first confrontation. And I was thinking about putting him on video, but I didn't have the video camera at the time. I warned him verbally. I said, next time I walk through here, I will have my video camera on me from now on. And goes, why? He goes, I have a YouTube channel, and you right now, what you're doing is illegal. Basically, what he did was illegal at the time. Oh no, no, we have every right to stop anybody at anywhere. No, not when you're off premises. Basically, so once you get out of your premise area, your security job is done. Because now you're in the area where law enforcement has to take over. Basically, and if I say, let's go ahead and call the cops, and we'll find out what's going on. Oh, he didn't want to call the cops. He didn't want to waste the time and paperwork. So I said, why didn't you brought it up? Because I'm the one who could brought it up myself. Okay, what happened recently? This is just recently, in the last month and a half, within the last month over on the main channel. Basically, I was doing one of my walkings, and I kind of noticed a couple of vehicles in this one old college. They just managed, like I said, they managed to turn the light sack on for safety. One was running a spotlight. Base was running a spotlight. They were shining it up on the cemetery hill, and any car that went past, they kind of shine it on them. For some reason, don't know why. Whether that is illegal. Uh, then they decided to pull off uh, and head down and still have that spotlight on. Now they're shining the light on people's houses in the area. I mean, it's just ridiculous what's going on with so-called security. I noticed they were not marked cars; they were in two private vehicles. So I'm pretty sure that these are not security people, because security people will have their own would have their own vehicles, and they'd be marked as security, technically, in a way, supposed to be. Uh, they're not supposed to be using a private vehicle because that can be deemed as to law enforcement that could deem to be they're the trespassers and that. So so what happened a couple days later? I decided I want to do an audit, basically, because they were trying to get me trespassed on a public sidewalk. They said they claimed I was on the property, and I told them I had a video camera. I documented what I already done up to this point. But I noticed when I was before I confronted this one guy in his car, he was coming down this one hill, like a little small maintenance road at this one college here in town. And I noticed he stopped and he took off the searchlight that was on the roof of his car. He removed it and put it in his inside his car. Then he comes up and says, "Oh, were you in the area of the college? You know you're trespassing." I said, "No, I'm not trespassing because I told him I had a YouTube camera. I always documented what I do through here. When I saw you guys, I pointed out when I saw you guys, that's when the cameras came on. So I started documenting every legal thing. And I said, you know that walkway, that's he goes that walkway. He was trying to tell me that walkway was private property. And I said, nope, that's not private property because we already proven it many times that it was a public sidewalk. City ordinance says that if there's a public sidewalk available, you must be walking on it instead of along the side of the road and that. So I had my issues with him. So I basically came back. We did an audit and see if they came back. And I did one trip down, one trip back, and they were nowhere to be found. Because I told them I had my YouTube cameras and they'd be on me from now on every time I walk past through here. And you don't know what time or hour I can walk past through here. I can be past through here at midnight, 3 in the morning, or it doesn't matter because I'm usually up at all nights, all times of the day, all that stuff. And uh, basically, that was it. What I did wrong. What I did wrong. Okay. Reason I did not. Reason I'll admit what I did wrong was I did not had a whole list of court cases prove I could do this. Uh, yes, there is a lot of Supreme Court cases. This the list is so huge, it's ridiculous. That favors me with a video camera. What did I do with my video camera? Basically, yeah, right over here. So technically, if I'm walking up and down a public sidewalk and I'm doing something like this, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, make sure the camera's on, go like this, see, camera's on, blah 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 blah, walking down the sidewalk, I'm perfectly legal to do that. If I do a point of view with the camera, point of view, as long as I do a point of view, if I aim it at people's houses, no big deal, because what I see in my eyes, my camera's going to pick it up too. Technically, I just cannot tell people where they live. I can't go along say Joe Smo lives here, Lion Linda lives over here, or what's call it lives right there. I can't do that because it's against YouTube policy. It's called doxing, and that's against YouTube policies. But if I come across, like say in the Christmas season, I want to do some Christmas lights, I can do that. But I just really not supposed to give out the addresses anyway, because that's considered doxing, unless it became public record through other reasons, like fire, ambulance calls, and stuff like that. But that's for those channels to worry about and that. So that's basically it. Okay, what happened to Randy? Well, ever since I put him on the main channel, he has disappeared on YouTube. I also noticed that there's an auditing that's sharing his videos now, and I don't think realize how aggressive he is. And these are the ones. This is what I've been watching the YouTube auditors. There's what you call an aggressive auditor and a non-aggressive auditor. What I did was non-aggressive. Excuse me here. Just getting over a cold again. I was just got back over COVID back in December. Now I'm getting over a cold. Okay, so basically, what's going on is this. I felt that my rights was going to get trampled on. My right of way of travel. That's where my basically what I was getting to. My right of way to travel. And as an auditor, if you want to do, most auditors will stand in front of in one location with their thumbs up their butts, cameras at their location, blah blah blah, standing around. My form of auditing was just walk through to see if I get harassed by the security. And when I did that audit, and I told them, camera's going to be every time I walk past this place, the camera is going to be on at all times when I walk past this place. It's going to be more on our videos now. Don't really want to, but it's going to be at all hours. And I'm just going to prove in a way that I have a right to travel, no matter what hour it is. I have to have access to the sidewalk. That means I have the public right away to access to the sidewalk. Then connecting with another sidewalk in town and that. So that's basically it. And the corner was used as a bus stop for kids getting on the city bus to go to school or come home from school. And there's other people that uses it to get around town. So that's technically a legal bus stop right there in the corner, and it's around the public sidewalk. You can't trespass people on public sidewalks. I heard many people tried this many times, and it ends up almost 100% they all fail in a way. Okay, like I said, I did use one auditor, so-called auditor. Uh, I used his words against him last summer, which that was Randy Insel, and I used his words against him. He said in his videos there is no expectation of privacy in public. I know that because as a YouTuber myself, and if my camera's not on, I'm pretty sure people will take photos and videos of me walking up and down, trying to catch me, and there's one of those unpredictable things so they can use it against me or something like that. Who knows? But yeah, there's no expectation of privacy in public. So I just used it against him. Now there's a new so-called. Oh, by the way, I'm going to let you know a truth about these auditors. In a way, I learned this through another channel. He did his homework. About 75% of all auditors, First Amendment auditors that you see here on YouTube have seen jail time. All of them, all but a few. Uh, but some seen jail times because of because of the videos they were doing, or the recording in public, and they end up getting arrested for it, and they end up suing and end up winning cases. That means a lot of police departments and a lot of police departments are losing money because of the rights of filming in public and that. So, and I really had no issues with my local law enforcement. In fact, they encouraged me to. The camera is a lot better to capture a lot of stuff because sometimes if I don't see it in my eyes, my camera will pick it up, and if I see something that looks like suspicious, I'll take the SD card out. I'll just take it down to the local police department, let them see what they're looking for. If I was in the area of a crime area, if I catch, like say, a subject running away, they're trying or catching somebody running away, and we need to ID them. I can do that. I can do that any way, shape, or form to help out with the investigation to make sure that person is caught or something like that. Because there was a lot of scary things that happened on that corner down there too. Because I did a video called "A Scary Night." There was a stabbing. There was an in-car stabbing, like a carjacking attempt, uh, where a person got stabbed and the person fled on foot in the area. So I was just doing out my walk, and I was just lucky for me. I had a camera on me. If I would have saw something suspicious, I would say, "Hey, this is who I caught. This is the guy you're looking for," or something like that. Or it could be a person of interest or something like that. It's always best to have a camera on just in case you're in the area of a potential crime. But don't be. Wasn't walking. I was just walking past the scene area. It wasn't roped off. I was just kept my distance. Basically, that was it. Okay. Then there's this Robert G. Just recently discovered him like a few months ago. And looks like this guy must have served jail time because he really hates the police with a passion. I mean, really hates it with a passion, so I'm pretty sure. And there's one recent video that got my axis really grinding was he was demanding ID and badge number from a local fire battalion chief, basically, like a local fire chief and that. And if this auditor starts doing something I don't like to see him do is basically is uh, when there's an ambulance call or a fire call, and the last thing you want is a First Amendment auditor on scene demanding IDs, demanding badge numbers, names, IDs, badge numbers. In case of emergency, this could be your loved one that could be needed the medical help, and they're being denied because you have a First Amendment auditor up front ahead of the scene, ahead of them, and trying to demand ID. Luckily, this is towards the end of the situation, but there's always that potential that the auditors will be on a scanner, will be listening to the scanner. They'll get to the scene first before them, get out the old camera why someone needs medical help or there's a fire that is about ready to range out of control and he's out here he could be out there doing his little video camera crap, basically saying, "Give me your name and badge number," before they do any rescues. Like I said, this is your loved one could be in danger. That could This could be your loved ones. This could be your family. That could be in danger. They say karma could bite them. Uh, Robert G, if you're watching this video, karma is gonna bite you one of these days because you do something like that, you're gonna learn out that because you're delaying a medical help to somebody, that medical help could be a distant cousin, relative of yours that you didn't know about till after they found out that they passed away, and yes, you could be held criminally liable. Oh yeah, as another thing, YouTube is been cracking down on a lot lately. Is if YouTube doesn't crack down on it, I'm pretty sure law enforcement is in some form because they do watch they believe it or not, law enforcement do watch the videos, and they have to really have to be careful in this fine area in a way because of being what we've done, let's say last week, may not apply with today's violations or something like that. But if we would film, let's say, and post it online, let's say a fire, let's say we're there before the fire department. Uh, like I said, if someone's like I said, there may be a dumb YouTube auditor will do something enough. Oh, I got my rights. I got my rights. Yeah, yeah, I got my rights. But the problem is, you delaying a rescue. Because if you're there before the fire department, before the police, you're there. Uh, you're going to be there. You're interfering with potential rescues and all that stuff. This is where a lot of elder First Amendment auditors are stating, saying that they're going to put public safety. They're learning right now. Public safety is first. Oh, by the way, Randy, if you're watching this, why did you remove my comment of on one of your videos? Yes, you did remove one of my comments on your videos. You dipshit. To use a French right there, because you can't handle the truth. No wonder cars are going up and down the roadways 10 to 15 miles per hour over the speed limit because you're promoting it. That's another thing. These YouTube auditors. This is what a lot of YouTube First Amendment auditors, they're beginning to realize, saying that we got to have public safety in a way. And what is public safety? Just enforce traffic laws. Now you can say, okay, you can always challenge in court. Basically, that's what the courts are for. You don't challenge them on the streets. Always challenge them in the courts. So basically, get your video. If you get, let's say, if you get a speeding ticket and you're not speeding, uh, always challenge it in court. Basically, that's what the court's for. If you got all your evidence lined up, dash cameras, if it shows you're under the speed limit, basically, if it's legally binding, uh, just see where it goes, basically. But if you're going to check an attorney, don't check on YouTube attorneys, okay? They're only promoting laws that where the states they reside in. The laws that basically they upload their videos in. So go talk to your local attorney, uh, basically if you have to. And it's always good to have an attorney uh, on your side when it comes to legal issues, but be very careful because your attorney says, well, based on your video, you interfered with official acts. A couple people lost their lives in that house fire because you're interfering their acts to whatever, basically, and that. So, and yes, about 75%, about 75 to maybe 75 to 80% of First Amendment auditors have faced jail time. Had jail time in their lives. That's why they become First Amendment auditors because what they want is to get even type stuff. Oh, excuse me here. I got to step aside here. I got to blow my nose. Okay, sorry about that. Oh yeah, what a well. Like I said, I did my First Amendment audit, and what I did was I did a walk through. I just walked past a property. I stayed within. I stayed. What I did was I did what I was supposed to do. I had my camera on, walking down, just looking for just activity myself. What I see in my eyes, my camera will pick it up too. And what I did was I walked past on a nearby property where I saw the so-called security officers in private vehicles, no less. Where I find it kind of suspicious. That's why I told them that I had my camera. I'm gonna bring me walking my. I'll be walking past with my camera from now on. Just kind of warn them that I'll be passing walking my camera. So if you got an issue, better say it now, and we'll get the police here real quick. So I did was a couple days later, I did my audit, and there were no shows. I come back a couple hours later, a little later at night, almost like 11 or 11, between 11 and midnight. Come walk past that area again. Camera's gone, no shows and that. But I documented what route I needed to take, how to get on and off a public sidewalk when it became available, and all that stuff. And I just walked. I did not stand there with a thumb up my ass, just waiting for them to come out and confront me. I just want them to come out in front of me as I walk past. And I told them I walked past for years and years and years. And why is it a problem now? Because you didn't know better, because they want to be like that. So that would be my way I would do the audit is just, okay, if someone walking past, if I walk past a property and they don't like me walking past because I'm going by here, I'm having a nice day walking in town, yada, 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 nice downtown businesses. I like to shop here. I recommend to shop there. And all of a sudden, some guy comes out screaming and howling, turn off that camera. And I said, I'm on a public walkway. I'm on a public sidewalk. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm not in your business filming. I'm not putting my camera through your window. I don't do that because I don't think it's not the right thing to do. Anyway, it's just annoying. Basically, if I want to do, and I have filmed inside a business. In fact, I'll give you a little quick story here. If anybody watched my Wild Night at our casino video on the main channel on the Angie and Chuck show, towards the middle part or towards the end of that video, we got confronted by a casino worker, not a security, casino worker, and asked we were filming. He goes, "Yeah, is there a problem?" I say, "No, we just if you're gonna be filming your slot play, just keep the camera on the slot play." Basically, that's what they told us. So we were allowed to. Actually, we were still. They had every right to stop us from filming, but they just told us that what we learned from other casino videos, not just this one. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Angie's not with me right now. She's busy, but I'm feeling a little better. I'm gonna have videos come up a couple weeks, within a week or so. I got sick again, uh, so what happened was I was able to film in that casino, and I was basically, excuse me here. I was able to film in that casino, and I recommend not people not to go run into their local casinos and start filming a slot play because most casinos does not allow this practice. Lucky for ours, they did allow it, and they said that they allowed it for now. They can bring it to an end if I was negative. Uh, if I was negative in a way about the slot play, I started showing the table games. I said one thing we do not. I failed to mention in that video. You do not film the table. You can't film the table game area. So there's a lot of slots. I like to film in that area, but they're too close to the table game, so I just can't do that because someone jumps up and won a big $500 blackjack hand, got blackjack, they're gonna scream and holler. That's gonna distract me. My camera goes in the wrong direction, and I'm filming. And you can't do that either. So, but yeah, a lot of slot play we just did, and the casino has a right to shut us down, and they decided, well, let's do something with this because uh, if they saw we had a positive, good time, and we tell our audience that we had a positive, good time, maybe they'll draw more customers in this way. That's what we were hoping to do. Actually, that was a very, very, very good premiere we had on that video too. So, if you have not checked out the main channel, uh, it was our casino night, and that was not an audit. That was just I was just taking my chances of filming the slot play. That's where Angie got her ringing ding ding. Amazing. Okay, like I said, uh, I'm gonna wrap it up right here. Basically, just gonna review everything we've. I've always like to review everything it is and that. So I got this runny nose. Sorry about this. Okay, let's go do a quick review of everything I just did. Say thumbs up, thumbs down. I did my first audit for one on the main channel for one reason and one reason only, and I will do this uh, in event if I get confronted by security. Uh, if they confronted me on a public sidewalk, which I was on a public sidewalk, unfortunately across the street, something like that. I told them I do have a YouTube camera. It was on me right now. I showed them the camera, and they run scared. You know, show camera, run scared. That's how tough they are. And that local law enforcement has no issues of my filming, in a way because it's our daily lives, and that's how we go. But if I did my First Amendment audit, the only thing I did everything right. I documented the public right of ways, how I normally walk, and how I get on and access to that sidewalk where they said I was trespassing on. Uh, I just show them how I need to get on it, just to because believe it or not, a lot of cities says if there's a sidewalk available, you must be on that sidewalk. If there's a sidewalk available, I will be walking on it. If there's no sidewalk available, I will even try to be on the shoulder. If the shoulder's unsafe or too narrow or whatever, I will. If there's a bicycle lane, I can walk against traffic in. I'll use the bicycle lane to walk against traffic. Looks like local law enforcement has no problem with it. They see me do it all the time. They had no issues with it, technically, in that. So, and all that stuff. Like I said, there's a First Amendment auditor, so-called First Amendment auditor now out there. It's not just Randy. Randy has not uploaded since I put him on the main channel. But there's a new guy called Robert G. He's a very aggressive, hates police with a passion. I guess he even hates the first responders, I guess, because he was harassing the first responders and that. Robert Wolf, how you doing? How you guys? You guys moving or staying? Well, you have to wait and see. It's too early to tell on that one. You have to wait and see on the management, and over on the main channel. Right now, I'll probably talk more about it on this channel. Right now, they're doing a lot of work, a lot of improvements, basically, uh, which is a plus. But we'll wait and see what happens after all is said is done, and we'll go from there. Okay. It's too early to tell, and I said it's a process. I don't want to jump the gun on that part. Okay, uh, so just kind of follow along on the channel, and we'll show what's going on and all that good stuff. Okay, we'll see what happens within the next month or so. We'll go from there. Once all this renovations and improvements are done, we'll go from there. Basically, that's it. Okay, like I said, just be warned if you're going to be a First Amendment auditor, uh, don't be aggressive. Don't be a jerk over it. I know I'm contradicting what I did earlier on this channel, but just don't be aggressive. I notice a lot of our First Amendment auditors, they don't realize they're not doing the public any favors by promoting unsafe habits. Now, like unsafe habits mean if you got a First Amendment auditor harassing a police officer, trying to get people to slow down in in crucial areas in town or other, it can happen anywhere in the United States, happen in any city in that. They're doing what they call traffic enforcement, and they just want to make sure people follow the speed limits. And it's always good when people follow the speed limits in that. Don't let the casino or other similar types staff. Yeah, things always work out. That's right. In that. So, but yeah, it's just be aware. on First Amendment auditors, if you watch First Amendment auditors, you're gonna find out your aggressive ones and the one that's not so aggressive. So ones that are not so aggressive, they're more knowing their laws, their court cases, and all that stuff. But when you got somebody going out and screaming and hollering and chewing out for no reason, uh, I don't think those channels I want to watch, and they do just a public disservice because they're promoting unsafe situations. And it's just very simple. If you're going to promote anything unsafe here on YouTube, YouTube has a right to remove your channel in a way without even the three strikes, basically. So it may not be three strikes, you're out. You just be flat out in a way. So that's basically it. Uh, but yeah, I've been busy watching some of those, and the ones I kind of like, ones I kind of enjoy the most is a guy. It's been hilarious lately. I watched this guy honor your oath. One of the old school guys, one of the OGs here on YouTube when it comes to First Amendment auditing. Basically, what he does is differently. Basically, he will go out, hold a sign. It'll just say a couple random things, and it'll just say God bless the homeless veterans. And he'll just go out and the only auditors I'm familiar with are with the Canada Review Revenue Agency. Thankfully, I've never been audited. We're talking about video auditors, basically, not the revenues. We're talking about video auditors, where they do a First Amendment auditors when they go out film, they go out and stand at some business or something like that, with standing in front of a business or location with their thumb up their butts. Sometimes they will even go into a police department film in there. Uh, then what you're doing, you're exposing confidential information, which become public later, in a way. Actually, I talked to a deputy at one of our county buildings because he said we got talking and said, "Oh, I didn't know you guys. Oh, a couple of real YouTubers finally." He goes, "Yep," and he said we don't do that kind of stuff because too much confidential information. Where basically it's called your personal address, basically. In that, so, and a lot of people, a lot of auditors say, "Well, that's public information." No, it's not. Your private address is not public information. It's only public information if it's written in a piece of paper in the newspapers or something like that. Then it becomes public information. And that that's if you did something wrong or reported to the police. That's basically what police reports. Papers used to do what they call police reports on the paper. That's how you got transparency, basically, in a way, which is good. But I have not read the local paper in a long time. I don't know if they even still do that today. I have no idea on that part because I haven't read the local paper. Our local paper will do what's called local police report. It's like a small section of police activities and that. So yeah, it's always a good thing to read. But sometimes it's not a good thing to read. I almost got bit by it one time with my first employer, technically, where somebody with the same name was 5 years younger than me. I was living in another town. He was living in town. I was already legally addressed at another town, and almost got fired for it. Basically, and I said, "You don't know how to read." That's what I told him. That's what I told my first employer. You don't know how to read. He goes, "Why?" He goes, "The guys live in Clinton. I was living in Lowmore at the time." and that. But now I live in Clinton, so now I'm so better what this other Charles M. Anderson does. I'm going to feel the brunt of it, basically. So yeah, he's like 5 years younger than me, and I'm feeling his brunt. I'm feeling all his legal issues. Actually, I'm still dealing once in a while. I still deal with his legal issues, which I don't like, but I say, hey, I'm 5 years older than him. And I was born on this day. He was born on that day. So it can be confusing at times, but we work our way about it. Actually, it has not been a problem for the last 7 years. So it's not been a problem the last 7 years, which is good. Whew. Sorry about that. Like I said, getting over a cold and that. Boy, it's just runny nose, runny nose. Okay, if you're going to be a First Amendment civil rights auditor, just saying one thing: leave the fire department out of it. I don't care if they confront you or something like that, but leave the fire department out of it. Leave the EMTs out of it. They're there for one reason: is they're there to do a medical rescue, and they're also there to maybe help put out a fire. And that, and what you're doing is you're preventing them from doing their jobs from that. Now, if you want to confront a police officer, that's your death wish, but it is their death wish. But it is what it is. And that, but keep. But if you're going to do, if you're doing a video, do it from a safe distance on a fire. Keep it from a safe distance. Even the court says you can come closer. Well, look at this. I got to zoom on this thing. I could be I could be 50 feet, but I could be 50 to 100 feet back. I can zoom in. But the more you zoom in, it gets on the video gets shaky. But I can zoom in from a safe distance, and that if I want to say, hey, I'm doing my walking video. Oh, there's a fire. What's going on here? I'll zoom it in from a safe distance and that, because you never know in that. So, but yeah, leave the firemen and them out of it, basically, because they're not. They're there to serve a purpose. Is uh, to put out a fire, do a medical rescue, and also at times the fire department is requires to go out and do inspections. When they do apartment inspections, we just had no apartment inspection here. All they did was they test the water, make sure it's running, in case we need to get water in a hurry to put out a little fire. They make sure the smoke detectors work, and they make sure carbon monoxide detector works. Basically, that's it. Just make sure that works. Anything open flame that's not on the patio is all removed off the patio. And if it's still caught, that's a fine of $2,500. That's and our apartment complex does not want an electric grill anyway, because they decided they want to close that loophole, which is a good loophole. I took advantage of it for almost 10 plus years, which is a good run. Knew it was going to come to an end. Either have YouTube or new owners, and it just came down to new owners and that. So, and that, but yeah, we do. But yeah, if just kind of, we're just going to wrap it up. Is this? If you watch the First Amendment auditors on YouTube, basically, just kind of let you know that 75 to 80% of them did serve jail time. Some will claim they were law enforcement at one time in their lives, and they decided to take the First Amendment route to protect people's rights. In the United States, we have the Constitution, we have the First Amendment right to uh, to do everything with the First Amendment with this camera, freedom of speech, freedom of press. Even we're doing YouTube videos. This covers as freedom of press in some form. Right to video, anything. Just that on the YouTube policies, we just do not dox anybody's address. We can't say Joe Blow lives here, Lion Lenny is over here, and all that stuff. And that it's older. Yep, that's right. There's a lot of older videos, and some are OGs. I think the OGs got it right from the get go. Technically, in a way, because they're not aggressive. They learn not to be aggressive because it really hurts their cause, what they want to do. And that's what I want to do. If I have to do on the main channel another audit video, I'm going to do it one reason and one reason only, because somebody is denying my right to pass through an area on a public sidewalk, technically, in a way. And there's a lot of public sidewalks by questionable areas here in town. If I can just do a video of me walking down through here and security decides to leave that premises to confront me and the camera, I will put them on camera and embarrass them, basically. Also, you can also win a court case too. Big court cases. Big court cases are won because of rights violations, technically, in a way. Luckily, our law enforcement doesn't do that. In a way, they take it to a limit. That's basically what they can do. Take it to that limit, and they can't do nothing else, technically, because they would be in violation of somebody's rights. They can get sued. Then the city will be further in debt. Basically, just can't see that happening, and that's what they're doing. But that's what they try to do. They try to egg on a lawsuit. Basically, if I'm going to get sued, if I'm going to end up sued, it's going to be 100% legit. If I end up if I had ended up taking a lawsuit way, if I get, let's say, arrested for filming in public on a public sidewalk, public right of way, and I get arrested, I have a good, if I have a proof on camera, with my camera being on, proof I was doing, that's a good evidence to have. That's good evidence to have in a civil case, in a lawsuit too, because you know some people can win a couple $100,000 or a couple $1,000,000 or whatever on that. So lucky for me, I have no issues with local law enforcement. They all respected what I do as a YouTuber, daily vlogger, and that's basically what I do. And that. So that's basically it on the channel. And this channel is my rants, where I rant, basically. And I have every chance to rant on somebody that is going to put public safety at risk. Uh, when you're harassing a police officer that's doing a traffic enforcement, checking for speeders, that's considered promoting speeding. You're promoting speeding, reckless driving, whatever you're doing. YouTube does not allow that, basically. So those type of audit videos needs to be taken down, and those channels should need to be reported in a way. If they're promoting, if they're harassing, let's say, if someone's warning us with a speed trap, that's a different issue. That's like someone flashing their headlights at somebody, but you can't really determine if that's the case, because that's like another lawsuit could take place and all that. Basically, court. Many people want court cases just for flashing a headlight, warning somebody of potential danger. Basically, it's what it is. It's when you flash somebody, it's called common courtesy, where you basically flash an oncoming car, flash the headlights on oncoming car, just warn them of potential dangers. That's basically what I see it as, potential danger. Does not mean there's a speed trap or something like that. Just let them know there's potential danger in the roadway up ahead. Uh, it may not be a speed trap or something like that. Just let them know there's potential danger ahead of them. Just kind of watch out for. So and that. So yep. So basically, it comes down to here in the United States, we have our Bill of Rights. It's the Constitution of the United States. A lot of people lives by it. A lot of people dies by it. A lot of military men fought for this. Uh, and what it is, it's our rights against tyrannical government and our situations when it comes to the private sector too, in some form and that. So, yep. Uh, yes, I had done one. If you go on my main channel, I've done a walking audit about a month ago. Uh, I did this at a local closed college, but you gotta watch a couple videos before that. Uh, walking with issues, where I got confronted by so-called security of that college. Take note. of the vehicles, if you're able to see the vehicles, they're not marked. They're not marked. One was running a spotlight in questionable areas, and one I should have got on camera when he removed the spotlight when he confronted me. When he removed the spotlight from the roof of the car, put it in his car, and confronted me. And I warned him about my camera, and I told him you can't trespass me on a public sidewalk because I got to be on a public sidewalk of some kind when it's available, even if it's only for 100 yards, even if it's only for 100 yards or less. If that sidewalk is available, I got to be on it. I gotta be a right away on it. Uh, that was my issue with him. That was why he was trying to trespass me. I said, let's go ahead and call the cops. You be wasting your time. I'll show the cops the video. They watch my channel. As far as I know, everything's cool. Everything's cool. As far as I know. But I think they did. I think they did go on the property. Once they saw the video, I think they were eyeing the property, make sure those people were legit. I had not seen them on the property. There's times I walked past that property at one time at 11 o'clock at night. Didn't see them. I walked during the day. Didn't see them. Think they're going out later tonight for next week's video and see if they're out again in force. Basically, as far as I know, I think they're fake security. As far as I know, because I have not seen them since. Especially when I warned them about I'm going to be carrying my camera from now on and that. So check out those videos. Yeah, I did. Like I said, and if you check one of my other videos, when Angie and I was walking, we did show Randy Insel on our video, and we used his words against him. There was no expectation of privacy in public. We put him on video because he put other people on video, so we put him on video. And it sounds like he's butthurt because now he's been exposed, and he has not uploaded since on his channel and that. Yep. These First Amendment audits, just to answer that kind of that question, somewhat. Sorry about that. Just real quick here. The First Amendment auditing videos has been around for almost as long as YouTube was here, in a way. Like I said, there's some OGs out there. They go back, they date back to, you know, 2008, 2009. So they're really OGs. So if you check like a few of those channels, they're really OGs. And basically what they did was uh, their First Amendment of free speech, basically. Just what they were doing at the time is their First Amendment free speech for holding signs. I was trying to tell a story real quick about the one I watched. It was kind of on, he was a God bless the homeless veterans, and people think he was out there begging for money. They end up calling cops on him. Oh, he's begging for money. He's begging for money. He's panhandling. He said some crazy stuff. He's panhandling for money. He made his video. Never said I want money or please donate, whatever. Blah blah blah. Yada yada yada. He had proof on his video, and basically they said there's nothing to some law enforcement. There's nothing they can do about because it's protected free speech. And he put up a sign. I forgot what it says. It says I love Selena, uh, which was code word for a court case. And he put it in small words. It was a court case in small words, and a lot of people mistake it as foul language. This is when people choose what they want to read, how they want to read it, but they see how it's actually written, but that's not what they believe in. Basically, they just end up calling the cops just to get him off the public right away and public sidewalk, and there's nothing they can do about that anyway. And that so, yeah. All right, we're gonna get out of here. So we're gonna skidoo. I've been on here way too long. I gotta take my nap and all that stuff. I gotta do other stuff later tonight because I'm gonna be out for a late night tonight. Please like, share, subscribe, don't forget to subscribe button, notification bell. We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.